see, it's dull. It doesn't look like, it looks like a stone. And then you start the polishing. And when it's completely polished and you put it in the sunshine, it glitters and shines and you see the rainbow and you just want to look at it and wear it, especially the Mataji, you want to put it in your ears or maybe part of a nose ring or part of one of those that you wear in front of the forehead. And because it's so beautiful and it helps to beautify you and it makes you look beautiful for Krishna. And your children and your husband. So, therefore, but it takes work. The polishing is a hard job. You have to work on it. It's like sandalwood. You have to keep rubbing till you get the paste. It doesn't just come, you don't look at it and it becomes paste. You have to do something. So, by working on our talents, this is how. Then, of course, the next was that once it got done, it took 2 years to do Bhagavatam. Not steadily. We had to interrupt. He had a vacation. And then he had different jobs and so many things. But it was done in a little tiny room. And at the beginning, because I didn't want to hear noise from the outside, believe it or not, I was doing it I would arrive at the place. I had to travel about 40 minutes in Tarzana, California, coming from West Los Angeles. And we would start it at 1 o'clock in the morning. We would finish at 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I had from 3 to 4 to get back to Los Angeles, take a shower, and 4:30 get to Mangal Arti. So that was the way it worked. And it was very, but after a while then we figured a different, it was very, I almost fell asleep at the wheel. Well, I did fall asleep for 5 seconds at the wheel. And at that point I decided I was not going to be doing it at that hour anymore because I saw the car going off and Krishna just woke me up. It's like he grabbed me by the sika, as little as it is. He grabbed it and brought me back to awareness. Oh, I started shouting at the top of my lungs, open all the windows, get the air flowing in. Finally, I reached home safely. I don't want to fall asleep yet, so that's the way it got done. And I'm very grateful. Krishna sent me an engineer who really knew. He was a perfectionist, and I am too. And he, every time I made a mistake in the Sanskrit pronunciation, he was right on top of it. Huh? Gotta redo it. Yeah. If it was a long ah, you know, like bhakta, like that instead of bhakta, he was a musician. He could hear right on the point that it was slightly off key, off sound, and he would make me do it again. This was wonderful. I knew more Sanskrit than him, but he tuned his ears to every vowel that was supposed to be done. This was Krishna's grace, his mercy. So I got all the words pronounced right in that one. In the Krishna book, that was the first one, and there are a few mispronunciations, for which I will apologize to all of you in case you get the Krishna book. Nonetheless, the meaning of it comes through, and you still can enjoy it. Another interesting situation, in the Krishna book, there's 18 of the tapes, sides A and B, they were recorded a little too fast. So it sounds like the chipmunk. It's going too fast, and it doesn't sound like my natural voice. Not as fast as I was just doing, but you can tell the difference. So this devotee, just a few days ago, he said, well, he's taking my narration, all of them, he's going to, and what he's doing is he's putting these beautiful video pictures along with the voice, and also he's putting subtitles there. So you can read it, and you can see this gorgeous Krishna conscious pictures while the narration is going on. I don't even know him, but he undertook this, and then he wrote me and he said, some of these, in the Krishna book, the engineer, he allowed the voice to go too fast, and he should have slowed it down. So he gave me a sample of the change, and he gave me the exact, calibration of how much he had taken it down in speed, and it was perfect. Just the right. I told him, please go ahead, do it all, send me a new disc, and I'll issue them that way from now on. So, those of you who get probably, then he's going to live in Mexico. I don't know him from anywhere, but he will do all of that, and then we will have new masters on this. This is Krishna's mercy. If I was an engineer, I would have done it. And this Krishna book has been in existence since I issued it in 1986. So 86, 96, 206, 12, so that's 26, 25 and 3/4 years, nobody ever noticed it. And this person noticed it because Krishna wants it perfect. And that's the way things get done. When Krishna wants to make something, nobody can stop it, and he gets the right person at the right time to make it just the way it should be. So, any other question?
Prabhuji, I got one question.
Yes, Prabhu.
On the slow and the fast, I guess what is the right process of chanting? Like sometimes we chant in the car, sometimes...
A little louder, Prabhu. Yeah. Or if you like to come first.
Yeah, I guess my comment is more on the fast versus slow.
Oh, yes.
Usually, like say we chant, I guess I feel like I'm in a race. So what is the right process of chanting? Is it okay if we chant in the car? Is that counted as a chanting? Or it is not undivided attention?
Yeah, you almost answered your own question, or your own point. Ideally, if you want to chant with love, but first of all, let us make it very clear. All of us have different practical situations. We have so much time, you see. The very fact that you want to get it into your day is great. You may not have so much time at home. You have your child, your children, your wife, your relative, telephone calls, so many things you have to do in a day. So you have to first ask yourself, where do I have time where I can give undivided attention to my chanting? Do I have any time? Some of us don't. The only time is in the car. Going 40 minutes or 50, how many minutes do you drive?
Less than 5 miles. Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
Pardon?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Oh, well. You have to do most of your chanting at home. Because some of us drive for 50 minutes, 40 minutes, and even on the road, if you chant loudly and slowly, you can get full devotion into it. Not as much as when you're by yourself, because you have to watch the road, and you have to look at the car, you have to look at your side mirrors, rear view mirror, and you have to be attentive in order to be able to drive in a safe way. And you should have a picture of Krishna. Well, you have a picture of Lord Jagannath, which is hanging with your son in the kindergarten. Did he do that? His son, that's why I was remarking in one of my classes, his son was in kindergarten, and he made this beautiful picture of Lord Jagannath. And I could tell it was done by a child, because you know the way everything is lopsided, the mouth is this way, and the eyes are not completely lined up. But it was Lord Jagannath. And he was hanging it so he can remember Lord Jagannath. And he can also remember his lovable child.